Good morning. So, ang supposed to be topic po natin ngayon, kung meron tayong pasok, ay Visitor Management Chapter 8. Okay, so, no choice po tayo. Kailangan po natin talagang mag-send ng recorded na lesson kasi malapit na ang ating final exam. So, sabi naman, pwede daw na audio clip, pwedeng video clip. Yan. Okay, so visitor management, it involves controlling the type of visitors that are allowed into a tourist destination, the number of visitors, their distribution in a given area, and managing behavior. So, napaka-importante ng visitor management. When you say visitor management kasi, kinokontrol po natin yung dami ng visitors na pumupunta o bumibisita sa ating area or sa ating tourist destination. So, bakit nga ba natin kailangang i-control ang pag-visit ng ating mga tourists? So, that's our topic for this chapter 8. So, definition of visitor management. Visitor management is defined as an administrative action oriented toward maintaining the quality of tourism resources and visitor experiences. So again, ginagawa natin ang visitor management para mapanatili natin yung quality ng ating tourism resources. Kasi alam naman natin na once na mag-visit ang ating mga turista sa ating mga tourist destination, pwedeng maapektuhan yung ating mga tourism resources. Pwede silang masira, pwedeng ma-vandalize, okay? Pwedeng magkaroon ng maraming basura. So, kaya importante yung visitor management and also to enhance the visitor experiences. So, syempre, ano ba nang pipiliin natin? Mas pipiliin ba natin na maraming pumasok na turista or visitors pero hindi naman natin maibibigay yung experience na gusto nila, yung quality experience or memorable experience na gusto nila. Syempre hindi natin mabibigay yun kung sobrang dami nila. Tapos hindi naman natin kaya or konti lang yung ating mga staff, hindi naman ganun kalaki yung area natin. It involves the application of techniques and procedures by a tourism management staff to prevent or minimize negative impacts of visitation. So with visitor management, purpose natin also is pa-minimize yung mga negative impacts, kung ano yung masasamang epekto ng pagbisita ng mga turista. We have to protect the visitors from hazards and maximize satisfaction and education at the site. The potential impacts of visitors in a tourism site. So, visitors can impact a tourism site in two ways. The first is simply by their presence, and the second, by what they do. So, kumbaga, pag pumasok sa tourist destination ng ating mga turista, yung simple presence nila may epekto na sa ating tourism site. Pangalawa, ano pa yung mga gagawin nila? Siyempre, mas makaka-apekto kung ano man yung gagamitin nila inside the or within the tourism site. Large numbers of tourists can produce a feeling of crowding. Siyempre, mararamdaman nila punong-puno, masyadong congested, maingay. So, siyempre, pag ganun nangyari, it's impossible na may enhance natin yung kanilang satisfaction. Okay? Hindi sila magkakaroon talaga ng memorable experience. Tourists can also increase the demand for water. So, dapat maraming supply ng water, ng food, ng space, which creates artificial shortages and price inflation. Para hindi magkulang. Okay? Hindi magkulang yung mga ipoprovide natin sa kanila ng mga products. So, with regards naman to price inflation, so, minsan kasi, ang isang produkto, pag kulang ang produkto, andyan yung tinataasan natin yung presyo. Kasi alam natin na in demand di ba? Pero pag sobrang dami naman ng produkto, so kailangan nating babaan yung presyo, yung price natin, kasi para mas mabenta sila. The presence of tourists in confined spaces can increase the ambient temperature in those places. So, pwedeng andyan yung medyo mainit pag masyadong maraming tao. In museums, body heat and moisture can have a detrimental effect on paintings and other artifacts. So, pati pala sa mga museums, pag masyadong punong-puno, kasi nga, ang normally kasi, ang katawan ng tao, di ba, meron tayong body heat. Okay, so pwede siya mag-create ng heat and moisture doon sa lugar, which is not good sa ating mga paintings. So, pwede siya mag-moist, pwedeng masira yung paintings tsaka yung ating mga artifacts. So, kaya kailangan talaga natin na i-manage yung coming ng visitors. The potential impact, continuation pala to. In restaurants, the increased temperature can make tourists uncomfortable. Totoo naman yan. Halimbawa, ang capacity lang ng restaurant mo ay 30 people. Tapos, ang tinanggap mo 50. So, almost double. Diba? So, mainit. Hindi nakakayanin ng, for example, ng air condition. This could also increase electrical consumption for air conditioning. Okay, air conditioning, pakilagay po ng letter T, D-I-T. Okay, pasensya na, tao lang. Nagkamali ako sa spelling. Air condition. So, dapat may letter T yan ha. D-I-T-I. In a community, the presence of strangers can generate feelings of insecurity among the residents. So, meron nga, merong lugar sa Africa, merong country sa Africa, I believe it's Rwanda. So, before, ayaw talaga nila ng mga turista. Kasi, when there are tourists sa lugar nila, parang feeling nila, ang unang mentality nila is these tourists will take away their land. Yung mga ancestral land nila. Kasi, meron silang mga lupa na wala pa sa pangalan nila kasi mahirap na bansa yun eh. So, madali kasi nakukuha ng tourist yung mga lupa doon. So, ang feeling nila sa Rwanda, pag merong tourist, parang natatakot sila kasi baka kunin yung lupa nila. Okay, sa atin naman, for example, we felt insecure kasi hindi naman natin kilala yung mga stranger, yung mga turista, di ba? Malay natin kung yan ba ay teka lang, parang lumilindol guys. Saglit ha, post ko lang. Naku, lumindol nga. Hindi ko alam kung namalayan nyo yun sa mga bahay-bahay nyo. Pero naramdaman ko yung lindol. Okay, so continue na tayo. Okay, so yun na nga. So, feelings of insecurity among the residents. So, syempre, minsan natatakot tayo, di ba? Kasi, baka mamaya, ano pala yan, yung mga turista pala, hindi naman natin alam. Baka sila ay, ang tawag doon, yung mga terorista, di ba? So, yun. Okay, so some tourists may ignore traffic lights or don't walk signs. Okay, ang ibang turista din kasi, hindi nila sinusunod yung mga traffic lights o yung mga don't walk signs. So, yan, hindi yan maganda. Some may jump lines when purchasing tickets or ordering. Ordering po yan, pakilagay po ng letter R after ng letter E. Ordering food. Okay, so yung mga visitors, so syempre hindi naman natin alam kung ano yung culture nila or kahit mga Pilipino, hindi naman na, kahit nga sa mga Pilipino ganyan, 'di ba? Yung nangunguna sa bilihan ng ticket, they don't want to fall in line, nagja-jump line sila pati sa pag-order ng food. Some talk loudly in computer trains and buses. So naranasan ko 'yan during my travel in Hong Kong. Talagang sila ay pagkalalakas ng ng boses, ng mga inchik. Pero syempre, tayo yung tourist. So kailangan nating mag-adjust. Pero yung ibang tourist naman din na pupunta dito sa ating bansa, pag mga ganyang lahi, talagang may ingay talaga. Malalakas talaga yung boses nila. Pero hindi sila nag-aaway. That's only how they communicate. Many tourists enter churches and temples to take photos, even stepping on an altar. So, there are temples kasi na bawal mag-take ng photos. Ang iba din ay bawal magsuot ng mga tsinelas. During my visit sa Indonesia, nag-visit kami ng temple. Hindi naman bawal mag-take ng pictures, pero talagang kami, pagpasok namin, mga nakapaa kami, tsaka tahimik lang. But of course, some tourists, hindi natin maiiwasan na merong mga tourists na mag-violate ng ganyan. But some naman follow rules and regulations ng isang area. So, some tourists smuggle banned substances into a country, consume prohibited drugs, and patronize prostitution. Okay, some buy souvenirs made of parts of endangered animals. So, hindi rin yan allowed. Some tourists also trash their rented rooms or vandalize property. So, maraming pwedeng gawin ng mga tourists na ikasisira ng ating tourist destination. Okay, so visitor management techniques, another way to limit numbers is by assigning a group size for every available tour guide. So, kumbaga, para malimit natin yung dami ng turista, sabihin lang natin kung gaano lang dapat kadami, okay, ang i-handle for example ng isang tour guide. For example, maximum of 20 people. So, hanggang dun lang tayo. So, gumagawa din tayo ng mga online booking system. Kasi, the good thing with online booking is once the booking limit has been reached, halimbawa, naka-book na 50 people, mag-stop na yung system. Increasing prices to limit demand. Of course, some tourists, if the price is increased, so syempre hindi na sila magbo-book, diba? Hindi nila i-visit yung place. So ito ay technique ito para lang mabawasan natin yung dami ng turista, because it's not always good na sobrang daming turista na pupunta sa isang lugar, kasi alam naman natin yung negative impact nun. Seasonal closures for maintenance and environmental regeneration. Visitors to heritage buildings may be required to put on shoe covers to protect the floor of the building. Government authorities could also close damaged sites for rehabilitation or restoration purposes. So, kagaya nga ng sa Boracay, di ba? Sinara nila, okay, to limit the people. And then, habang yung ibang area ay nire-restore pa, inopen nila unti-unti yung ibang area. Signage, visitor orientation and interpretation by trained tour guides. Okay, so importante din yan, may mga signage. And then, of course, kailangan talaga ng tour guide para sila yung kasi yung mag-i-inform sa mga visitors. Issuance of citations, fines, and arrest. So, kailangan magbigay ng penalty, fines, so for those tourists na hindi magpa-follow ng rules. Okay, so aim to limit visitor use, establish rules and regulations, and identify zones. Identify zones kung hanggang saan lang dapat sila pumunta sa area na yon. A reservation system enables potential visitors to reserve a space or obtain a permit ahead of their visit. Reservation system, ibig sabihin, magpapareserve yung tourist ng space. So, kung walang, ang iba naman, policy nila, kung walang reservation, so you cannot enter as a specific tourist site if you do not reserve in advance. A pricing system requires visitors to pay a fee for a permit. Rules and regulations enable a tourist site management to control group size, travel itineraries, access to an area, the length of stay in the site, and the kind of activities that visitors could engage in. Boardwalks and canopy walks allow a limited number of visitors to enjoy nature without disturbing wildlife. So, boardwalk, ito yung mga path walk. Siyempre, pag may mga path walk, tsaka canopy walk, ito yung mga nakahang na bridge. So, siyempre, pag ganyan, hindi pwedeng sabay-sabay ang paglalakad dyan. Diba? Pag canopy walk, sabay-sabay, di ba, bagsak yung canopy walk, diba? So, it's another way also to limit the visitors while they can have an opportunity to enjoy the nature at hindi rin natin magagambala ang mga wildlife animals. Okay, so thank you very much. Almost 15 minutes po ito. Hindi ko alam kung masasend ito pag gantong 15 minutes, pero I will try. Thank you.